Now Taylor on first down. Gets this into the hands of N'Keal Harry. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
I know we just saw a nice throw and catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Right back to Coleman here on first down. And he's going to get this inside the 30. First down, Titans, gain of 12. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Here we go. Walk tight, walk tight.
On 1st and 10, it's Taylor. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Number 53, Mike 53. Hey, next guy.
Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. This time Taylor will throw. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
So now the Titans are going to call upon their field goal unit here. This a 40-yard attempt from the left. Now the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. First down, Titans, gain of 12. The opportunity was there for them to take the lead with a field goal and get 3. Instead, they want a little more.
Sometimes being a little greedy is not a bad thing, right? I mean, don't just take what they're going to give you or what's evident. Go try and get more. And, yes, there's a little bit of a risk to it, but, boy, they made it pay off in a big way.
58, come on. Not here.
Throwing now, Taylor on first down. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Jaleel Scott with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
Clear out.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about it?
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Second and 12 at the 44-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. Being chased out left. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
The game's up. Let's go.
A gain of a yard makes it 3rd and 11.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down. From the gun, it's Taylor. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this will be covered up. Pretty good result. It'll be down at the 14-yard line.
At their own 14-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world.
There goes Mark Ingram. The 40. 30. And they're going to have this all the way down deep into Tennessee territory. A big effort that time out of Ingram. 67 yards.
And the Colts first down.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Undercrush. Check the Check 31. Check 31.
They'll run with the former Ole Miss Rebel, Jordan Wilkins. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. The pitch back, and he is going to lose yardage here. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
The Titans take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Taylor. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. Trotty! And he'll be taken down inside Indy's 15-yard line. A big play that time for the Titans. And even 50 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Coleman now. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
Ready. Don't change. Get back. 6-man. Check curls, check curls, check curls.
Now on 2nd and 13. Taylor on the screen. This is Coleman. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Tevin Coleman. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go. 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Mike's 56. Mike's 56.
Here's Luck. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Lamb. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, wahoo! 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
On 2nd and 9. Luck nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Luck and the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long.
12. Hey, exit. 56 to Mike, boy. 56.
From the gun, here's Luck. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
A gain there of 21 yards.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Tighten up.
Here's Coleman. Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 7, Taylor. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. the 50-yard line.
Come on, set. Gotta go. Come on. Wild bill. Wild. Oh. Kill, kill, kill.
Now this time he'll look to throw. He finds Corey Davis. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 36. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
At the 36-yard line.
Man out, man out, man out. Man out.
They'll run on first down. It's Coleman. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeout as they'll stop it with 20. They'll throw on first down with Taylor. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Pierre Desir. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
After the interception, it's Love. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. The former first-round pick Marlon Humphrey there to get a hand on it. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Come on. 56. They're not ready for this, man.
Back to throw, Love. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. He was looking that time to get it to Paris Campbell. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
And 10 yards to go.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
11 B.
Out of the gun, Love. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? you adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's a handoff to Coleman. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Watch tight end. 3 down.
Now we've got movement up front. I think this is going to be on the Titans. That's going to set them back 5 yards. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 43.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
On 2nd and 11 now. Taylor, he'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Tevin Coleman with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 21-10 game. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. To throw is Love. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 24.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 47-yard line.
Coleman. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Here we go. Set. Get to line. Get to line. Pick it up.
On third down, Taylor. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First down, Titans, gain of 12.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Coleman. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Push him back. Push him back.
On first down, it's Taylor. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense is getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette, and he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Leonard Fournette, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Let's go.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Check. Lucky. 80 weapon. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Deuce. Hey, check.
Ingram again. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Let's go back.
First down, Indianapolis.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. 6 guys. General West. Check. Check out.
This is Ingram. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, let's get in them holes.
They'll try the air now with Locke. And this one's incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. And now it's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Throwing on 3rd down. Locke. And that will be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Colts going on 4th. It's Locke. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position.
Here we go. Here we go. Time to end it. 15. Check my 15. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
On 1st down, Taylor, wide open receiver, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 16 yards there, a Tennessee 1st down. Taylor now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. This is Coleman. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. So he's in for his 3rd score of the game, and the defense probably saying, man, we don't want to see this guy for a long time.
It's bad enough when anyone scores a touchdown against you, but for one person to get 3, it almost sets him apart from the rest of the game, and no one likes to see any of those players on a pedestal, not from the defensive point of view.
Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 26-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Let's go one more.
Now Locke. And Locke will be intercepted for a 3rd time. T.J. Green with a pick. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Check, ready, fix it, check.
on first down. Coleman, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
On 2nd and 9, Taylor eluding the pressure right. He'll try and run it. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. The Titans on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now it's Taylor. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. In for the score. And the interception by the Titans D leads to a touchdown. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the 4th quarter.
Come on, man. Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. He gives it up. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
We want it.
On 2nd and 9, Luck. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
That is right. Check 3, check 3, check 3. Alert flare, alert flare, flare, flare. Hurry, hurry. Run.
They run with Taylor. And an alley to run. There he goes left side. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, a broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. The team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Ah, yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from the first one and blew out the Seahawks.
They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On first down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
He can run for it, and he will. And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of a first as he's tackled at the 47. 9 yards that time on the keeper. Brings up 4th down. On now is the Titans punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. And sneak attack. They're going to run for it. And the surge is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken down to the backfield. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool him. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Checking in on Houston, it's in the 4th quarter there. And we're seeing an extension of the lead by the Jags. They're up pretty big. If they indeed win, it would be win number 9 on the season. Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
56. Mike's 56. Crunch time, defense.
A shotgun snap for Love. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. From the gun on 3rd down, Love. Looking outside, and he's got a man. It's Lamb. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Luck now has hit on just 7 of 17 passes, 41%. To the air again, Luck. Flushed out right. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Here's Love. Now a desperation throw deep downfield as his guys are in for 6. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer. Extra point attempt to come here. Oh, and it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them
I was
to do
going to
that?
ask you, maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film when opposed to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Watch the whip.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
The extra point up and good, but this one was decided anyway, as that will be the final action in this ball game. So we had action to the very end of this one, the score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end, and you know some coaches preach that and tell their teams, that's what I want all the time, and they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.
So for the Titans, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, the problem's just